Now, that funny note gives this mode a very sort of comical quality, as if a wrong note were being played on purpose. In fact, several 20th century composers have taken advantage of this Lydian mode to get comic effects. Francis Prokofiev, in his music for his funny film Lieutenant Kijé, uses this mode with its raised fourth note in this piccolo solo. Hear it? Could you detect that wrong note? Now, if this had been written in the straight major scale, it would sound like this. Right? But no, Prokofiev adds his comic touch by using that Lydian raised fourth. But I don't want you to get the idea that the Lydian mode is only comical. On the contrary, it can be a very serious mode indeed. In fact, Beethoven wrote a long, extremely serious movement of a string quartet in this very mode. And of course, it's still used in Roman Catholic plain chant in church. And again, Sibelius, who was always a great mode lover, was constantly using the Lydian mode, as in this passage from his Fourth Symphony. You hear that Lydian note? Only this time it's not a funny note, but a strange, piercing note that seems to come from a faraway place. And that's only natural because these modes do come from faraway places, like the Middle East and Eastern European countries like Greece, Bulgaria, Finland, Russia, Poland. In fact, Poland is one of the main breeding grounds for this Lydian mode. You constantly hear it in Polish folk music and in the works of Poland's greatest composer, who was Chopin, of course, especially when he was writing Polish-type dance pieces like polonaises and mazurkas. Here's a bit from one of his best-known mazurkas, and see if you can hear that Lydian sound. It's an odd sound, isn't it? So fresh and sharp, like the taste of lemon juice. And it's a very Polish sound. In fact, when the Russian composer Mussorgsky, now follow this, when the Russian composer Mussorgsky was writing the third act of his opera Boris Godunov, an act which takes place in Poland, he used this same Polish Lydian mode for his polonaise, which means Polish dance. And we're going to play it for you now, and listen for that tangy Lydian sound of the tune when you hear it. Here it is with the orchestra playing it.